Again, Bills fan, Jeff. Are you surprised by James Cook's success?
Yeah, actually, I loved James Cook in his draft. That was one that he was one of my favorite backs in that draft. And I think we're seeing the NFL kind of change and allow an explosive player like that because the concern about him was the size. You're seeing a different archetype being able to have a big impact. And it's interesting, too, because he was the passing back in Georgia, and we definitely do not utilize him enough at Buffalo in that role. I mean, way too often ends up being Ty Johnson, in my opinion, relative to the skill set that Cook has. I think the volume overall is a little bit surprising, but in terms of being the explosive back that we're seeing for Cook, that's been a revelation.
So you think that's there? You think that's in him? I've wondered. I mean, he seems like he's had the reputation for being somebody who could help in the passing game. And early in his career, he had some pretty famous drops. But you think, and I also will say this, Jeff, I think, like, when I think of running backs on teams that catch the ball a lot, Christian McCaffrey notwithstanding, I feel like it's a sign of weakness on a team. Where here I've got an MVP quarterback, I want to get it down the field. Maybe I don't have the guys for it, but I don't want him. I don't want Rich Gannon, I don't want Nix or somebody that's throwing the ball to the running back in the flat all the time. There's got to be a happy medium there, though.
I absolutely agree, and I think I shudder to mention the New England Patriots here, but I think it's interesting that with Trayvon Henderson last year, the talk was that he was going to be the next James White, but then that didn't materialize. And looking at it, well, yeah, you have Tom Brady at quarterback, and you've got James White. So Brady is going to make the read, and Brady's not going to scramble. And you've got Drake May at quarterback. He's going to hold on to the ball, scramble, and those dump-offs aren't going to be as part of the game. And that's what we see a lot with Cook, where it's schemed up down the field, that wheel route that he always ends up dropping, that it feels like. But I do think that overall, when it comes to Cook especially, getting him some level of rhythm in the passing game, I think it can be really difficult if you're getting the ball, getting the handoffs, and then here's a play out of the blue, sending you downfield to catch the ball, as opposed to kind of establishing that in the game, and you're kind of starting to move with the flow of the game a little bit more.